Welcome everyone to our weekly Comics for a Cure Zoom meeting. We not only talk to comedians and actors, actresses, we talk to doctors, nonprofits, people in business, people with worthy causes, whatever it may be, we do it. If humor is incorporated in it, that's fine. If it's not, that's still fine. I hope you enjoy it. After we're completed with this, I download it and it'll be on hopefully tonight. I'd like you to welcome Lisa St. Denis Smith. Let's see, entrepreneur, right? And you're an autism advocate? That's so cool.
I am. Hi, Jerry. Thanks for having me on. Hi, I'm fine. I'm outside here where I usually am gardening, not all the time, but most of my time out here. So hence the hat and the sunglasses, but
that reduces stress, right? That brings your stress levels down, right?
Right. Last year I spent a lot of time in the vineyard weeding because it got out my frustrations. But yeah, I am an autism advocate. My son is autistic.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
My God,
so
it seems prevalent because I know more and more people whose children or people who know people who are dealing with it. It's just insane. Is he functional? Can he function? Or
yes, he's 20 now. We never found out until he was 5 that he had autism. So, right after a certain time in a child's scheduling, after a doctor's visit, that's when things started to change. And I'm not going to get into any debate over what that event was, but I think everyone can read between the lines. And that changed his life after about 18 months old. He kind of stopped talking, stopped eye contact, stopped communicating, but he loved music. So that's how I reached him, through music. And now he's a musician. And he's a high functioning 20-year-old autistic boy. And he's in a heavy metal band.
No way.
So it's totally unexpected, but he loves drumming. And that is really what, he always describes it as music saved him. So, you got to just kind of roll with whatever resonates with them, whether it's art, computers or music. That's my advice to families is find out what he's passionate about, he or she is passionate about, and just roll with it.
Good for you.
It's loud in my house, but it's a lot of fun. And he starts his first job tomorrow. So I'm
no kidding. What's he going to be doing?
Well, he's going to be working for a local kind of store, kind of community restaurant here in Boxford. I don't know if I'm supposed to say where I live, but I just did. So I'm really proud of him. He's going to start tomorrow morning, and helping out wherever he can in the kitchen.
That's so cool.
Working for the boss. He's great family that runs that store, and the Merrill family. And I'm just proud of him. I have a 15-year-old daughter too. She's in 10th grade, and great kid and artistic as well. You think I would have been a musician or something because they both like music, but
no, I don't know. Isn't that funny? Wow.
That's one of the things that's on my bucket list is to take some singing lessons. I like to think I can sing, but I don't really know if I can.
Maybe in the shower, that's what my wife always says. I sing great in the shower. I go, as long as you do. I mean, it's so funny how music is a big part of anybody's life, whether it be listening or whether it soothes you or whether it puts you in the mood. It can do so many things, or whether you play an instrument and or sing. And it's like, when I do comedy, I think I could sing, and someone goes, "Oh, you have a great voice." And my wife goes, "Why won't you sing to me?" I go, "Honey, you're not paying me." So, but so
maybe she will.
one day. So you're an entrepreneur. Can you tell me about what you do and how you get started? Or take whatever time you want.
Yeah, well, as you know, I have kids, and I was always wanting to find a job that I could be, with my kids at the same time. So that's almost impossible to find a typical job, traditional job that you can be at your child's, meet their needs every day. So I actually was in interiors for about 20 years.
No
So that's
kidding.
really where my first area of expertise is in interiors. I specialized in window treatments. So when we built and moved in our house in 1995, I think it was, we've been here 26 years. I said, you know what? I'm just going to make those window treatments by myself. So that's how my business evolved. I took a few courses. I've always been interested in design and took a few courses. And that's how I started out as an entrepreneur in interiors. But also during that time, I was always trying to supplement my income in other ways. And, getting involved in like networking type companies where I needed a certain product for either, household products that were clean to have in our house for the kids so that it was a safer house. That was one thing that I was into. And then other, skincare. I wanted a clean line that I used for myself. So that's typically how people get involved in networking is you need something and you try it out and you say, well, okay, I'll try the business. And so that's what I did with a few businesses. And another one was kind of with supplemental type products, supplements. And so it was always, some people refer to people that join or open up businesses like that as kit nappers because you join those businesses because you get the discount and you really love the products and you use them and you just kind of fulfill your requirements every month, and you hope and pray that maybe one day your business will grow. But nothing really kind of resonated with me to actually really go full guns and grow those businesses, although I tried. And more recently, I have partnered with a company that is a digital technology company that our main focus is personal development, financial development. So I'm loving it because there's so many, it's very diversified. There's very, different avenues in that people can make money in different areas where we have products and services. But if they don't want to, be involved in those products and services, they don't have to. So it's a good kind of marriage between, we're offering good products and services, and I can, go into a little bit of it if you want me to, but
Sure.
it's nice because there's no pressure for, that auto ship that typically just wears people out that are in networking and with companies that they love the products, they love the people, but it just doesn't work because it's not feasible sometimes to fulfill those auto ships. So we're a little different because we have a platform where we're really educating people on being a better person. And that kind of sounds like a cliche, but that's really what the CEO is really, that's what he created it for, was to help people better themselves personally, spiritually, mentally, and financially, of course. So there's different facets where, we have trading education where people that are interested in trading can learn how to trade and then be involved in receiving exclusive signals from experts to conduct trading. So we're not a trading company, but we can help in educating. And, other areas are travel discount, although people aren't really traveling right now. So it's kind of nice that, there's different facets of it. And we recently have education on, opening up a business for yourself, a store where you're doing like drop shipping type of business. And it's just evolving. It's a startup. So we're one of the top startups listed on Business for Home website. So it's kind of exciting. And our CEO is a great guy, he served in Iraq and Afghanistan. So
Oh, God bless him. Good stuff.
he wants to help people, and from the bottom of his heart, he really is.
How did you latch on? How did you latch on
resonates.
to that? Like what got you interested in that, like a
Well,
friend of a
I have
friend?
a dear friend who she lives in Vancouver Island, Canada. I'm originally from Canada, and
I
her
can
name's
tell.
Jana.
I can
Yeah.
tell.
Oh, you can. Yeah.
A little bit
I
of an
never know.
accent. That's cool.
I
I like
never
it.
know. People say that all the time. I'm like, wait a minute, I don't really have an accent. But yeah, she's a dear friend of mine, and we met in another company, and we've been friends for probably about 5 years. And you know, we're on the same wavelength to help people wherever we can. Um, you know, I'll typically be helping entrepreneurs promote their business a little bit here and there, even if they're not partnering with me in mine. I love to promote people in you know, what they're doing, and it's just it's a great thing because I just love people. I love working with people and helping them out. So it's great, and she's a wonderful woman. She's been in this industry for like 40 years, and she's a
Hmm.
good mentor and a dear friend of mine. So she introduced me to it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's what's good about what you like, what you're doing is like, first of all, you get someone that does it, and then they explain it to you, and then you like it because I think, does it sound like one of the main things that you like is just helping people?
Well, yeah, and you know, that kind of is a kind of a global statement, right? I like to help
Mm,
people. Well, you
mm,
know, for instance, one of my partners, I have some partners in Cameroon, I have some in Guam, Hawaii, Dubai. So they're kind of, you know, we're a global company. So it's nice that we're meeting people around the world,
mm.
which, you know, you don't otherwise have access to doing that unless you're
That's right.
traveling. And of course, now everybody's doing their business on Zoom like we're doing now.
Mm, mm.
And you know, it's nice. And one of my partners is he's a naturopath in Cameroon, Africa. So I'm helping him, you know, with that side of his life and his, you know, being an entrepreneur that way. I'm helping him, you know, promote that as well as what we're doing, partnering here with our new venture. And you know, the company's only 18 months old, so
Mm.
it's tremendous how quickly it's taken off, and I'm really excited about that because it's not typical that they'll be doing like, you know, as much as they are right now per month. I don't want to throw a number out there in case I'm off on my numbers, but it's really good compared to you know, other companies that might be possibly doing the same thing. And that's the beauty of it is we're the same, but yet we're very different
Mm, mm.
in that we're not you know, kind of restricting people to one niche, because you can venture out to, we're actually launching in a marketplace soon. So that'll help, you know, other companies that want to come onto our marketplace, promote their businesses. So it's kind of nice. It's a kind of the best of both worlds. And
Do you like
I don't know,
it?
we get
Is what you also like about it, like just being able to interact with people, A, knowing that you help them, but B, building new relationships?
exactly. And that, you know, that's a big thing in this field, in the field of networking, is that's really where your business relationship starts, is building that, you know, relationship, where it's a friendship. And if it turns into a business partnership after that, great. If not, you still maintain the friendship, and you never know down the road, you know. Yeah, so it's nice to meet people, you know, and we're very transparent, and you know, want to be upfront with people. If I'm reaching out to someone to possibly partner with them, I'm very forthright and say, you know, I'm reaching out to you because I'm trying to build in your area, and I wonder if you would like to take a look, you know, so that kind of thing. And you know, the experienced networkers will know that statement. And it's really nice because I do love people. I don't think I could just work on my own forever. I always want to
That's a lot of
be
people say that
socializing.
do something like this, right? Do you,
Yeah.
it's, you know, it's like, so do you you can make your own hours, or you set hours, or
Yeah.
you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We make our own hours, of course. And that's, as I said earlier, when raising my kids and still wanting to help supplement our income in the household, help my husband out with, whatever I could. Um, that's the beauty of it, is you can, make your own hours around the kids' schedule. And, I always like to say you can do this business with a baby on your hip
Oh my
because it's
God,
true.
that's crazy.
Because it's true. And as far as the trading aspect, you can do that too with a baby on your hip.
Wow.
because
Are
with
you ever
our
up
business.
late, like after everybody's in bed? Sometimes you're
Yeah,
up late doing this?
I am. I'm a night owl. I'm a night owl.
Oh, that fits
And,
perfectly.
yeah. So, and it's great because they're really teaching us different aspects of business outside of our own base of our business, if that makes any
Right.
sense. It's very diversified, that we can
Hmm.
get involved in other areas to make additional income, or you just kind of, you know, build the platform to a bigger community, and we are generously rewarded for that. So
Hmm.
it's a beautiful thing. And as I said, you don't get kind of, cornered into
Right.
one product line or something like that that is typical. So
Are
really
you into
happy
doing
about
a lot
that.
of, are you into doing a lot of presentations, or is that, how does that work for you?
Well, we do have, um, personally, I've conducted a couple of them, and
Did you like doing them?
well, I did when I ran into technical difficulties and my slides wouldn't move. So I'm just
Oh,
like, okay,
God.
that's it. We're just gonna talk.
Yeah.
So apparently I did okay, but in
Good.
my eyes, it was a little, nerve-wracking. But everybody's just so relaxed and easygoing that, it's part of the process. But yeah, we have regularly scheduled calls that people can attend and learn about what we're doing.
Hmm.
In fact, we got one tomorrow night, if anybody is interested in coming on that and watching. One of the mentors that I work with, he does them every Tuesday night. And then my direct mentor, Jana, she'll be conducting them on Thursdays. So we're pretty set with that schedule. And then Mondays we have the corporate call, the global update with the CEO. So
Mhm.
that was great today.
Cool.
Yeah, yeah. There's lots of moving parts, but it's
Yeah.
lots of
Sounds
areas for people
interesting.
to.
I mean,
Yeah, I love it. I love it. And again, still get to do what I need to do with my kids and my husband. Um, I don't know if I said that yeah, I did say I'm originally from Canada. So we've been here 26 years. And, growing up in a small town in Canada called Kenora, Ontario, everybody can look it up. Great lake there called Lake of the Woods.
no way.
So it's a place that I always wanted to leave, but now I want to go back
Oh my
because
God.
because
How
it's
far
so
is it from
beautiful. But
Toronto? Because I know Toronto, because my mother being
yeah,
Italian, we had scattered relatives up there that migrated to
yeah,
Toronto.
well, it's if you're driving, it
Mhm.
is about 18 hours
Oh my
driving.
God.
So it's far, from here, from the Boston area. If we drove straight, it would be 36 hours driving.
Oh my
So
God.
it's far. It's kind of Midwestern Canada before
Yep.
you hit Manitoba.
Oh my
So
God.
it's in Ontario. Yeah, it's kind of in the boonies, but
Whoa.
I love it. It's a beautiful place.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
How'd you like transitioning, moving down here? Like, did you start
Well,
off, you didn't start off
uh,
in Boxborough, did you
but
start off in any other town, or you Boxborough the
no,
whole
we
time?
moved. We moved to Boxford is where I live.
Yep. Oh,
But
sorry, yeah, Boxborough.
yeah, I know it's similar. I met my husband in Montreal. That's where
Ah.
we met. He worked for a company in Montreal. We actually both worked together. That's where we met. And then
Hmm.
a couple years later, we moved down here after we were engaged. And it was a whirlwind, like it all happened in 1 year.
I
So
guess.
got engaged, married, and built a house all in 1 year. It was kind of crazy in 1995. So it was nice. And so his job brought us here, and we haven't left the area since. So it's nice.
That is a nice area. That is a real nice area. My God.
Yeah, we're lucky because it was right before the boom hit, so if we were trying to afford it now, we wouldn't be able to.
I was just gonna say, yeah, because
Yeah.
the way things go. And so you were also, so you went to school in Canada too? Did you graduate from
Yeah.
college in Canada?
Yeah, I went to school in my small town in Kenora, Ontario. Took first year of business administration, and they canceled the second year and said you got to move
What?
to Thunder Bay to go to the second year. I'm like, forget it, I'm not moving to Thunder Bay.
Oh my
So,
God.
so I only did 1 year of business administration, got a certificate. I'm like, I'm good with that.
I'm fine, yeah.
So yeah, that
Wow.
it was good. It was a good base for being an entrepreneur that
Mm.
first year, although I would have loved to gotten my diploma, but I'm proud with my certificate.
Yeah,
And
that's fine. Yeah, you
yeah,
earned it.
yeah,
You were. Now, what's the
absolutely.
major difference between Toronto and Montreal? I'm sure that you could tell me. I mean, I've been
Oh
to
boy,
both cities.
don't
Is
ask my
there?
husband that. He's from Montreal. So
Ah,
yeah, there's a, I don't know so much so now, but there was years ago a big rivalry between the two cities. So it's I don't know, I always, sorry for your Torontonian viewers, but it's more like a big kind of concrete city, so to speak, as opposed to Montreal is more multicultural,
definitely.
old world. You feel like you're in Europe, especially when you go to old Montreal. It's a beautiful place.
Oh
So if
God, yeah, because
anybody's,
I've been up there
yeah.
because I acted up there for Murder Mystery USA, who I work for, and
Oh,
it's a
wow.
unique experience that they had me go
Oh,
up
that
there.
must
Would
have
you go?
been
I said, yeah.
fun.
Yep. But when they knew I was from Boston, they would just give me the hairy eyeball, like, "Oh, you're from Boston, huh?" Because Boston and Montreal rivalry for hockey. So it's like, I never heard the end of it. It's like, but
Right, right. I mean, yeah, there's no other team like Montreal, but mind you, we love the Bruins too.
yeah,
Um, yeah.
it's yeah, it's really cool. I mean, it was cool to go up there, and I think it was a beautiful city. And I went to old Montreal too. Wow, it's just, you're right.
It's
There's so much
gorgeous.
flavor of being like in Europe there. It's just
Yeah,
so crazy.
yeah,
What do you
yeah.
like
They
about
need,
where you live now? What do you like about Boxford? Country like, or does it?
well, it reminds me a lot of my hometown
I was gonna
in
say,
Canada because it's, rural and lots of trees and all of that. But it's a beautiful spot, close to the city, but far enough away. I mean, it's funny because when we have guests visit, they'll say, well, how far is it to the beach? 40 minutes. How far is it to the city? 40 minutes.
minutes.
So it's like everywhere
True.
we go, it's like, oh, it's 40 minutes. So it's a good kind of place and, close to Newburyport. So it's a nice
Yep.
spot to bring people that are visiting to
Yeah,
tour
Newburyport's
around.
nice.
So
Yes.
it's a
Yeah, I know that
gorgeous,
area.
yeah, yeah,
And then you're
gorgeous
not
area.
you're not far from Portsmouth. You're not far from Maine. It's like,
Right,
but like you
right,
said, it may be a little more, but still, it's just not that bad. That's like where I live in
right.
Gardner, Massachusetts. We're about 45 minutes away from anything significant. Oh, you're right
Yes.
near Worcester. I go, no, about 45 minutes. No, you're not. You look at a map and it's different. It's like, okay, you know, 20 minutes from the New Hampshire border, but it's no big towns. Like, well, Keene is near you. Keene, New Hampshire. Yep. How far? I go 40 minutes. Like, I
Yeah.
keep trying to explain it to them.
So you have the same story.
Yep, yep. The only
It's
sad thing
so
is
cool.
I'm originally from the North Shore area below you, where I was from Lynn. And we
Wow.
were near the beaches, like
Oh,
we had Lynn, Swampscott, Revere,
yep, yep.
Nahant, Marblehead,
Hmm.
Beverly. It's like we were a shot away from that. And I come out here and I'm in the middle of the state. It's like, it was like a
So much
shock, but
further. Yeah.
we love it. And we're used to it. We always had dream of going back, but we know, like you said, how prices are now and how it's like, yeah, good luck, Jerry. Unless I inherited
Right.
some money, good luck. Um,
Right. Right.
what do you like the most about doing what you do now? And what's the name of the company that you work for?
It's IX Global.
Okay.
So I stands for me and X stands for
Oh,
everybody else added. So
I
it's
like
kind of
that.
an interesting, premise behind how he came up with the name. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. So it's a great company, and our CEO is Joe Martinez is his name, and
Hmm.
35-year-old young man that has 2 kids and lives in Utah and just loves what he does, and loves to extend that to all of the brand ambassadors, the members, and just see if he can help everybody have a better lifestyle and help other people as they do it. So couldn't ask for anything better than that, right?
Cool. So what is your exact job title? That's a good one. I always try to think of good questions.
Well, that's interesting because, people are always leery on saying, oh, I'm a network marketer. So I'm just like, I'm going to be transparent. I'm a recruiter. I recruit people to a platform where they can get paid generously for recruiting other people to the platform,
I see.
where you can make money in different facets of the company on the platform, and help other people do the same. So, I'm a recruiter, I'm a helper. I like to help people change their lives in any way that I can help
Hmm.
them, even if they're not in my business. I love to help people advance whatever they're doing too. So it's
Mostly
great.
mostly financially, or I know you mentioned different aspects of it. Mostly to help them financially, or just to
Oh, you mean advancing their
how you help
businesses?
people, like is it to help them financially or help them overall well-being? I mean, what's a good word
Well,
to?
um, well, typically, people will look at a business because they're looking to make an extra income. Let's
Mhm.
face it. It's really the first conversation is, yes, I do want to make an extra income. What do you guys do? So that's when you go into explaining, we have different areas of that you can tap into, with whether it's trading, education, learning how to do drop shipping, or being involved in
Hmm.
e-commerce or travel discounts or what have you. But we've got a lot of moving parts, but we're good. We're not going to add anything more and make it crazy. So we have a great president of the company too, that has a lot of experience and really guiding us in a great direction. It's taking off. So we're pleasantly surprised that it's taken off so quickly, and
Hmm.
people are loving it. And yeah, we're building all around the globe. So it's fun stuff. Feel like I'm
How?
traveling, but I'm not.
Yeah, right. Because it's interesting how you talked to, which is my next question. So if you would divide percentages, it's not, you can say, 40% of my customers from the US, 20% from Canada. Is there any numbers that you could throw around, or is that too general a question?
Are
Like
you
who
talking
you
about
deal with, like
my business partners? Well, I have, like I said, I have some in Africa, some in Guam. So Guam and Hawaii are kind of, I guess, considered US based, and some in Canada as well, and the US. So it can go in any direction, and that's the beauty of it. You don't know who they know. So you can,
mm,
be in Sweden by tomorrow if
wow,
that person knows somebody else. So that's the beauty of it. We teach people to we call it duplication, bringing other people to the platform
sure.
and help the community grow, and just help people tap into it and make an income. You can make a little or a lot depending on how much time you put into it. And you know, as my kids are getting older, I'm able to put more time. But we have people working full-time jobs that are doing this business and doing it successfully. And there's so many people that have lost their jobs recently, unfortunately. And this is a good plan B. Although
Mm.
that, again, that sounds like a cliche, but it really is true. If you follow the simple system, you can be successful as much or as little as you put into it. So
Like anything,
um,
pretty much, yeah.
right, yeah,
It's
and
what you put into it is what you're gonna get out of
yeah,
it.
it's not just something you say, okay, I'm going to join, and then you think your bank account's going to grow. No, you got to put some work into it.
That's right, that's right. Because you
So
show up, it's like,
we,
okay, there's some money right
right,
there. I got it right here. Okay, I'm all set.
right. You know, you don't start a job and you're trained at work, and then you just sit and put your feet up on your desk and expect
Yeah,
your
right,
paycheck to come in.
right.
It's kind of like that. So
How do
we
people
love to
find
teach
out
people
about
how to.
you in what you do? I mean, what's the best place people can find out about what you do or contact you, et
Oh,
cetera, et
well,
cetera?
yeah, I have a business Facebook page, and I have
Okay.
a business YouTube channel.
Oh, you do? Good for
I
you.
can, yeah, you know, I kind of go between the personal and the business one, and kind of post on both. But typically my business, promoting my business is on my business Facebook page. I don't really promote my business on my personal Facebook
Okay,
page,
right.
other than, you know, connecting with people there, and, you know, not being too crazy about promoting my business on my personal page. So yeah, I can send you those links if you want
Yeah,
to.
yeah. Or you could say anything here now too, because this will be on.
Yeah. Oh, what is my Facebook page called? Financial Health Focus is
Cool.
my Facebook page. Financial Health Focus.
Excellent.
So I
Excellent.
like
That's
to, you know, kind of combine the two, because we want to be healthy in order to enjoy your financial gains.
that
So
makes a lot of sense too, because like
yeah,
you know, you want to feel good about what you're doing, and the only way to feel good about what you're doing and what you're
right,
investing in is feeling good.
right.
Because if you
Yeah,
don't, then it's going to be a task. It's not going to be
yeah,
something you like or you like
yeah.
doing.
And
Um,
that's, you know, what also, I'll just throw in one last thing about the company is, for our marketplace that we will be launching very soon, they're really focusing on the health aspect of it first, and then it'll probably flourish into other areas. So that really resonates with me. It's not just going to be, you know, any product available. It'll be higher quality, but for a good price, in the health arena. And then it'll kind of branch out from there. So I'm really excited about that, to see what we're going to be offering. So if people come to our platform and don't necessarily want to do the business, they have access to going on the marketplace as a customer. So
okay.
it'd be kind of nice, because you're promoting other companies at the same time, you know, and
Very cool.
that really resonates. So we like to say we want to innovate, inspire, and impact the world. So that's what I want to do. I've always wanted to do that my whole
That's
life.
awesome.
So it's
That's awesome.
perfect.
Good. No,
Yeah.
what I like is you're very passionate about it, and that's what's a half
Yeah.
of it. That's the way that people realize, like, wow, she really likes it. She likes what she does, and she believes in what she does. Not like, you know, some people just go through the motions, and you know, people can tell.
I
That's
know.
really
And
cool.
I've been there, you know, I've been
I
there, done
like it.
that, you know, doing
I
all
like
those
it.
events and tables and renting tables and buying products and stacking them in your closet. There's none of that. So
I like
that's
it. Yeah.
what's
No, that's
even
cool.
easier, you know?
What I
So
like is
it'll,
you sound very happy in what you do, and that's really important. You know, that's important when you make the initial contact with someone, or someone contacts you. You know, they could tell you're not like, what's a word to use? Salesy. You're not like, okay, you got to get
right,
this.
right. And, you know, you know, I'm sure that on an off day, maybe I might come across as salesy, but not intentionally, because
Yeah,
you kind of get ahead of
from
yourself, you know, you
yeah,
get
but from
passionate, and then
talking to
you're,
you, you're like more genuine, and that's really important. So when people want
oh,
to
thanks,
contact
Jerry.
you, if they're unsure about doing it, you know, you'll have that knack to tell them about it, and introduce them to it, and they can tell that you believe in it too. And it's, you know, that's a great thing. That's the,
Yeah, yeah,
doing what you love what you're doing, and love helping others is like, that's
right.
like one of the
You said
main,
it.
yeah, that's one of the main things, because if you don't do it, people can snuff that. Oh yeah, well, you know, she's just going through the motions, or he's going through the motions, and you know, that's what you don't want to paint that picture. You rather paint that picture like, oh, I'm here to help you, and this is
Yeah,
how, and you list
right,
numerous reasons.
right. Right. And it's interesting because when people are possibly approached by someone who's in this field, typically to start a business in this field, it can be anywhere from 500 to 1,000 to 1,500, depending on what niche you're talking about.
Yep.
But we're pretty proud that we have a low barrier of entry, and it's feasible for most people. And we're trying to build in the emerging countries, India, Africa, the South America area too. And it can be, hard for people, but we're determined to build there because they really need it.
Cool.
And with my African partners, it's my pleasure to help them try to grow their business. But it is it can be a challenge. So building here in the US and Canada is a good focus that I'm trying to focus on right now, but also really helping out my African brothers and sisters. So
cool.
to help them get ahead, because they need the help, and that's what I like to do.
Good. Now, to go back to the direction that we kind of started with, as an autism advocate, like, do you get involved in anything besides, or are you there to talk to people going through the same, or how is your involvement with that?
Well, I am, and it kind of went sideways when this whole situation in the world hit. I was still involved with a company, not a company, the Boston Medical Center has a program. I think it's called Plan. Oh, geez, I can't remember the name of it. That's terrible. It's a great program for parents to be kind of guiding parents that may have just found out that their child has a diagnosis. So I'll, register with them and say, this is what my son experienced. And then if a client approaches them and says, I need help to, do this, that, and the other thing, is there anyone that I can talk to that's been through what I've been through? And I'm involved in that, and as I said, it kind of went sideways when this whole thing hit the world.
Yeah.
And, and that community, really needs help during all of this. And they're so isolated now, even more so. So, I've talked to a few parents that they partnered me with, and just kind of guided them on my family's experience without, giving any recommendations, but it's true. It's my experience. So whatever worked for my son, I just passed that along. So
Good.
So that, and then, Autism One, I love to support Autism One, and I've supported other autism organizations as well. But that one, more recently, I attended their conference, and it was amazing what, they kind of discussed and revealed. And it means there's more work to be done
Of
to
course.
help protect, all these kids in this unfortunate situation, and families, they need the support, but they sometimes don't know where to go. And
Right.
that's why Boston Medical Center developed this program. And I think it's called Plan. Well, geez, I'll have to confirm that so I can put a link with
cool.
this, maybe, because parents, it's hard, when your child's diagnosed, you're like lost and you don't know who to talk to. And it's even just to listen, they just sometimes need someone to listen to.
Like anything,
them.
like anything people going through. Like I do a lot of nonprofit work through comedy, where I support different causes, and autism is one of them too. And I find that even if I did a show for cancer patients or brain injury patients, or caregivers included, then they look at us like, hey, you're listening to us after the show because we'll talk to you about it, but you're entertaining us where we could just get away from it for a short period of time and just get our mind off of it. But I'm fascinated to hear the different stories, how people cope, because one of my friends runs a group in Leominster. I don't know the name.
Right.
it's an autism awareness group, but they do a lot. And my friend Stephanie also has an autistic child, so she just
Mm-hmm.
tries to do as best she can to support parents, tell them where resources are and what to do, or how you deal with it from day one on, which is something like
Yeah.
what you're doing too. And I
Yeah.
admire you for that, because that's incredible. And I don't mind this. I'm in a conference room and the lights will come on shortly, like motion
Geez, I
detecting,
don't know
but
if I don't know if my camera's all foggy.
no, it's good.
No,
No,
okay.
good.
Yeah, it looks
Mine is like
foggy to me. Maybe it's
I
just
go
the
from
sun in
dark to
my eyes.
light. But I mean, but that's cool. So you're still involved in that pretty much, correct?
Yeah, and I think I will be till eternity, because
Good for you. God bless you. That's good stuff.
it's good for parents to share their experiences, what worked, what didn't work. Every body, every child, every body is different, so they
Yeah,
may not
definitely.
respond to what my son responded to.
True.
And
True.
one thing that I used, that I just found after doing some research, when I was studying Dr. Bernard Rimland. He's kind of the autism awareness pioneer. I don't know if you ever heard of him. And he talked about DMG and B12 helping his daughter. And so I went into a deep dive of researching that. And sure enough, DMG, which is dimethylglycine, helped my son talk. And that sounds like
Wow.
a crazy thing to say. I'm
No,
not
that's
making any claims,
phenomenal.
but it really worked for him. And after, crazy, it sounds crazy, but 20 minutes of his first dose that we gave him, he started spewing out words that we'd never heard. And I was looking at my husband
Wow.
like, did that just happen?
That's
So
something.
I always tell people about that, and would be willing to talk to anybody about that experience and where they can find that stuff, and which brand. And it's not anything that I sell. It's just what worked for
Mm.
him. And I tried other things that he hated me for, but I
Of
had to
course.
try it. But yeah, yeah. So
That's
it's
so
something that'll
cool. That's cool.
never leave me.
You got the three hats. I only see one, I know. You get the three hats, the business to you, run at home, yourself to help others, the autism advocate, and
Hmm.
being a parent. So there's like a lot
Yeah,
right there, and
yeah.
that's really cool. I mean, it was great to chat with you, to finally chat
Yeah,
with you. We've
I
always
know,
talked
I
about
know.
but
Well,
I think it's
thank you.
great.
Thanks for the invite. I really appreciate it.
Yeah,
And
and I'll put this online tonight, tomorrow at the latest, but definitely tonight, and I'll share it with you. And we'll go from there. If you ever need any help with autism, they need comedy relief, or they need to fundraise, holler, because I've done
yeah.
online stuff. I've done stuff, for one of my most, and this is not about me, one of the most rewarding things I've ever done. There's two. One is doing shows for cancer patients at Hope Lodge, cancer patients and caregivers. They go, it's
Hmm.
our escape. But the other one was Camp Sunshine up in Maine. It's for parents and children, mostly children who are
Uh-huh.
terminally ill, but it's an
Hmm.
escape for the parents, and they have activities for the children, which is really cool. I had to do a show for them
Oh,
one
that
night.
sounds
It
nice.
was so appreciative. They go, it was our night out because of you. I go, don't worry about it. It was just my
Oh,
pleasure just to meet people
oh,
like
I
that.
know. Well, hey, I'd love to go with you to some of those events, because I don't know,
Yeah,
maybe
I'll let you know when I'm doing.
love to talk to parents and do whatever, but I don't know, maybe we can
I'll let you know
collaborate on something. But
when I go back to Hope Lodge, because hopefully after all this, and I keep telling them, if you're worried
I
about
know.
exposure to cancer
Mm,
patients, have an outdoor show,
mm,
because they have an outdoor part, and that's again, it's
yeah,
so rewarding. Hey, look, I can go to all the comedy clubs and big venues, but there's nothing like doing Hope Lodge for cancer patients and or brain
yeah,
injury patients. It's just
yeah,
such an amazing thing just to meet these people, because these people are all heroes. They're fighting something and they're not asking you for help. They just, sometimes they may ask you to listen, but I mean, I'm sure that same thing, because you're helping out people that have autistic children or members of their family. And it's just, a tough
Mhm.
thing, but knowing that they're not alone and you're helping them in some way. All I'm doing is I'm making them laugh. That's all I'm doing. So it's like,
Right.
but
And I always like to say laughter is the best medicine because,
amen.
you know, when we're all stressed out and like it just seems like the ceiling's gonna fall down on you, you gotta
Yeah,
laugh
that's right.
because there's nothing else you can do,
Yep,
other than,
true.
you know, maybe go a little crazy. But I don't know, laughter's a good medicine. And I always I always joke and say I think I'm Yogi Berra's daughter because I always mess up, you know, these funny statements I say, and I go, I hope
That's
I got
cool
this
though. It's
right.
not a
But
bad, not a
but I
bad
think it's
person.
funny.
I think it's great. Well, thank you, my brand new Canadian turned American friend, Lisa.
Yeah,
Uh,
thank you, Jerry.
Thank you for
Such a
all that you
pleasure.
do in all aspects, because you do a lot, and people, women who, and I won't say they're just parents, but if they want to do something, they could do what you do in either end, either in the business end
Yeah.
or in a nonprofit
Hmm.
end. But it's just like such a rewarding thing, and it's nice to know that there are people like you out there that do all you can despite trying to juggle
Yeah.
different things. And
There's many of us out there that help, the autistic community, but
Ooh,
they're always in the, in the sidelines, in the background, and
good.
they,
That's
yeah.
really good.
So
Well, God
yeah,
bless you, and like I
yeah. You
said,
too, Jerry. God bless you.
and I'll have this, and I'll either send you a message or copy you onto the link, and we'll go from there. And anything I can help you with in the future, just please let me know and stay in touch.
I will, and I'll be attending your events for sure.
Yay!
Okay. Thank
All
you,
right, that was
Jerry.
Lisa,
Okay.
St. Dennis Smith. Despite her connections with Montreal, she's still a friend, so that's all good. All right, well, you take care, and or we'll get this done tonight. All right.
Yeah. Okay, Jerry. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, and you have
Bye,
a good
everyone.
one. Bye bye.
You too. Bye now.